Right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. This is the second webinar of the 10th season of the PhD and Career Development MOOC, and we are hosting it in English. My name is Vene. I have been a volunteer with PhDOOC for a while now, and I will be your host tonight along with Michelle.
Thank you, Bene. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. I have been a volunteer with PhDOOC for 5 years.
Nice. Thank you so much, Michelle. And with us are yours and Bebby. They're kind of hidden behind the scenes. They're both from the PhD Association as well. And they are going to monitor the chat on YouTube. So if you have any questions, you can post them in the YouTube chat box, which is located on the right-hand side of your screen. And they will queue these for us. Make sure that you're logged in using a Gmail or a YouTube account so that you can post your questions. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. And last but not least, we are very honored to have Julie Floch with us today from ABG in French Association Bernard Grégory. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Julie.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. So before we start, would you be willing to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Julie. I'm a career coach and trainer for ABG since 2 years now. And before that, I was a freelance career coach and trainer again for 4 years. And before, I'm a scientist and I've been working as a consultant for fundings, looking for fundings for research projects in consulting firms and engineering school.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I love that you have such a diverse background.
Wow. Thank you, Julie. Tonight, we will focus our conversation on anticipating and overcoming the top 5 obstacles to post-PhD career transitions. Given your work in this area and the number of PhD students and PhD holders you have mentored and worked with, we are really grateful to have you, Julie, tonight. I am looking forward to learning from your observations and anecdotes from career conversations you have had with thousands of PhDs. So tonight we will talk about topics that you will all learn more about all over the remaining units of the MOOC. Speaking of the MOOC, I would like to spend 2 minutes reviewing some of the work you have done in Unit 1 so far. Among other activities, you were asked to take a survey at the very beginning of the unit. I'm going to share it. So the survey question was, are you optimistic about your career prospects? Now we have the results here. 66% have answered yes, 11% have responded no, and 24% have chosen I don't know.
Thank you so much for sharing these results, Michelle. It's great to see that about 2/3 of our MOOC participants are optimistic about their career prospects. I think it's quite encouraging. And I hope that this webinar will equip all of you with even more insights to support your career preparation so that you're not just optimistic, but also confident. So let's switch gears now and focus on our guest speaker. I think you have a slide to introduce ABG, Julie, and then we would love to move into the top 5 obstacles that prevent PhDs from smoothly transitioning from their PhD or postdoc to their next step.
Yes, indeed. So you might see, I hope you see my first slide. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so as you may have seen in the first week of the MOOC, there are many opportunity outside academia, and actually not that many in the. Oh, I mixed up. Sorry, I'm going ahead of the schedule. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to introduce ABG, Association Bernard Grégory. So we are 40 years old now, 45 even, I think. And our mission is to help PhDs and postdoc even, go ahead with their career and think about the future, what might be of interest for them, and especially in the private sector. We have, for that, we have job offers. We have a CV library. We can say it this way, yeah. And we have a tool that I'm going to talk about a bit later, which is DocPro, which is very interesting for you to identify your skills. We have also individual interviews that you can have with us, with career coaches and trainers. And we have a very interesting tool for you, which is useful for network, is a LinkedIn page. And you have the QR code on this slide. We have also people helping you with mobility, career mobility. Christina and Dominica are our girls for this matter. And you can subscribe to our newsletter, which is interesting to learn about what are the interesting events that happen for researchers, for example. I think that's it.
Wow, thank you, Julie. Happy that you talked about this. I know this was an important part of Unit 1 of the MOOC, but I think it is crucial to emphasize how important it's to keep an open mind and embrace curiosity and serendipity when it comes to thinking about your next step. Okay, we can move on. Julie, I let you the mic to present the first obstacle.
Okay, so the first obstacle I see when you have a PhD and you think about the future is focusing solely on the academic the academic sector. So you have seen, as I was saying before, you have seen that there are many opportunities there are not that many opportunities in the academic sector, sorry. And there are many opportunities in the private sector. Okay, I got it. So the academic sector is very competitive, as you might see on this drawing. You can see that after only 3 years after the thesis defense, PhDs for a lot of them have already left the academic sector. So most of them have already found a job in the public sector outside academia, meaning not doing teaching nor research, or in the private sector. So yeah, there are around 14,000 new PhDs each year, and only around 2,000 positions in the academic sector. So like professor, assistant professor, lecturer, and other positions like in Institut Curie, Institut Pasteur, and CEA, etc. So you should definitely have a plan B. If you plan to go in the academic sector, it's interesting to think about another possibility for you. And there are many opportunities, like for example, in association, in foundations, or in SMEs. I wanted to stress out SMEs because they represent the vast majority of businesses, and they also need to hire people being innovative, creative, and having all the skills that PhDs have. Yeah, I just wanted to add also that be aware, because a lot of job offers in these sectors won't mention the PhD as a desired degree. So just don't think that it's not for you. You just have to see what are the skills and the needed experience, and to see if it's a good fit for you. But just don't forget about these job offers if they don't mention the PhD as a desired degree. That's it for me.
Thank you, Julie. So I think that you have instincted on the fact that it is really important to stay aware and be really curious. Before moving on, I've got a question from the chat for you. It is Curse will tell us how to search a postdoc job.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
If your program will help a PhD student to look for a postdoc job.
Oh, we have postdoc positions, some of them on our website, and actually we're not really focused on postdoc positions. So you may see postdoc positions, but yeah, our focus is more on the private sector and I mean outside research, academia jobs.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So let's move on the second of our top 5 obstacles.
So the second one is, oops, I have a problem with my LinkedIn. So it's neglecting networking. Networking is a quite important thing, and it's gonna be it's gonna help you with a plan B. So I talked about having a plan B. If you have a good network, you might be inspired by all the people in your network and discover jobs that you didn't know existed. You could discover more about a company, about a sector that could be of interest for you. You could know what are the skills that are needed for any positions that you learned about. You could see with your network if a job is exactly like you imagine it is. You can see if it's going to be a good fit for you, and it can help you define a project, a professional project. So it's quite important to have a good network, and also because the majority, like most of the job offers, are not advertised, especially in higher position, like management position, and those, it's even higher, like 60, 70%. So really don't wait to network, and it's never too early to start. Especially because it takes time. People might be busy when you contact them. It can take months before meeting them, talking to them. So yeah, what did I want to say about that? Yeah, work on your profile, on your LinkedIn profile also. So you have here the QR code again of the ABG webpage. There's going to be also Hub Doctor from APEC. I'm not sure it's already online. It should be soon, or it has been in those last days, maybe. So it's a brand new network for a doctor. So the interest of ABG LinkedIn page is that it's like 40 years old, maybe. So there are people being PhDs since like 35 years, maybe. So they have like a great career behind them, and they can be a good source of inspiration. So yeah, it could be quite interesting to connect with people in this group. I think that's it. Yeah, you talked about anecdotes about like people I have met during my short career at ABG. I have met a few PhDs who said about their network, oh, I'm adding only the people in my discipline. And I think it's a mistake. You should definitely add everybody you meet, everybody you have been in touch with, and not just focus on the people doing research in your area, because it will be very enriching to meet all these different kinds of profiles and help you discover other jobs, other sectors, other companies. So just, yeah, don't limit yourself.
Nice. Thank you so much, Julie. I think this was helpful, and it's good to remember that sometimes we come to the table with misconceptions about what networking is or why we network or what networking can bring to us. So thank you so much for all these different pieces of advice. And also, I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate and thank all the people who are choosing to take the PhD Career and Professional Development MOOC, because you all are investing time in preparing for your next step, in really thinking through what are the best ways to prepare. And networking, we're going to spend some more time in networking in the coming units, so you should be equipped as well. But kudos to you all to take the time to prepare and think strategically about your next step. So Julie, I think we can move on to the third of our top 5 obstacles here.
The third one is not knowing how to identify and talk about your skills. You have so many skills when you do research. So you should be aware of them. And to help you, the ABG has created a tool with, along with 2 main actors. One is France Université, which is the academic sector. And the other one is MEDEF, which is a network of the French companies. So it will help you identify the skills that you have and do the link between research, academic research, and activities that we have in businesses. It will help you speak the language of companies. So I will just show you my screen in order to show you how it works very briefly. So here you will see 24 skills that have been identified by MEDEF and France Université as skills, transversal skills that are mainly developed by doctors, researchers. This tool can help, can accompany you during your whole career. So you might find skills that you haven't developed yet. But I will show you, I will just show you a profile. So you should go on the right, top right side corner and create a profile, create an account first, and then you can create a profile here. And here, oh yeah, I should switch to English too. You have the English version of the website. So here, administrative information, I just let you discover this. But then after, very interesting things, the 24 skills are here again. And when you click on each of them, you will see a description of the tasks that you may have done during your research work. So for example, communication skills, we consider that someone having a communication skill is someone who masters his online identity, is someone who is proficient in at least English and one other word language, contribute to the dissemination of knowledge within the company, etc., etc. If you recognize yourself in a few of them, you can add the skill to your profile, and you can check also phase 1, phase 2, which corresponds to a different level of maturity of the skill. So phase 1 is the start. So you have some knowledge of the skill, some mastering of the skill. And then on phase 2, you can check if you have in phase 1, you can check on phase 2 to see if maybe you recognize yourself here. It's really like self-evaluation. So don't think too much when evaluating and thinking, oh, phase 1, phase 2, I don't know. Just don't worry, you can just either one, and then you can add some justification, illustration, some reminders on why you think you have this skill. If you recognize yourself in whatever points here, you can add, okay, I've done these projects and I have, for example, I've been in charge of dealing with some articles on the lab or whatever it is. I have communicated I have made a poster, I have talked in a presentation in a conference or whatever. Don't write too much because it's 800 characters, but you can still add a lot of little reminders for you to be ready for interviews, for example. And just a last thing, I recommend that you save regularly because like every website, it might have some crash sometimes. So just think about saving. Just a couple of other things. You might be inspired by people who have shared their profile. So looking at find profiles, you can just check on the expertise that you want and see the language you need, and you will have people having shared their profile. And you can also go on the testimonial. I don't remember the name of this. And you will see like little videos of people hiring PhDs, people working with PhDs, explaining why they think it's interesting to have PhDs with them, why it's interesting to work with PhDs. Yeah, I think I have talked about everything. Any questions, maybe?
Not yet, but thanks a lot for this presentation. Doc Pro seems to be really powerful and useful for PhD students. The topic of skills and competencies is the main focus of Unit 2 in the MOOC. So if anyone feels a bit nervous about reflecting on and preparing to communicate their competencies, don't worry, Unit 2 is there for you. And we can move on because there's no questions. So we can move to the fourth of our top 5 obstacles.
So the fourth one is assume the recruiter knows what you did during your PhD. I don't know if you know about that, but only 1% of people between 25 and 34 years old are PhDs, in France at least. I think in the OECD it's 1.3%, so it's not that much more. So not everybody knows about PhD, and some recruiters might have misconceptions about PhDs, thinking, oh, they were just locked in their lab, or they were just locked with their books, reading the whole time for 3-5 years. So they don't know anything about business and money and time and quality, deadlines, whatever. So you have to make sure you show them that you know about that you are really aware that there's business, that you need some quality deliverables, and that you know the reality of the market, and that you can work in a company. So any experience that you have in touch with companies that could also help them be reassured about you being in a company. Yeah, I think that's just what I wanted to say. I've heard words I won't know how to translate. Being hors sol, maybe Bene, you can tell. Some recruiters say that PhDs are hors sol.
Oh, so like too removed from the reality of
Yeah.
a specific sector, maybe?
Yeah, thank you. So it's your job to do some pedagogy about what you did, and you have to be convinced to convince the recruiter. So just use DocPro, just do the week 2 of the PhDOOC, the MOOC.
Yes, I could not agree more. And it's difficult, right? We don't know what we don't know, and recruiters, just like us, don't know what they don't know. So I love your advice, Julie, to put ourselves in their shoes and to try and convey what our PhD has enabled us to learn, how it has helped us grow, not just as researchers or scholars, but also as team players, as independent thinkers, as innovators, so that they then can see the unique contributions we can bring to their organizations. And like Julie said, for all people who are attending this webinar, just know that you'll have the opportunity to reflect more on these topics and practice communicating your background and competencies later in the MOOC. So don't worry, we've got you covered. It doesn't seem like there are any questions on YouTube, so maybe we can move on to the last part of your presentation, Julie.
Yeah, and actually there's a link with the previous obstacles. Another obstacle is to not consider a doctorate as a professional experience. So you are professionals and you should be convinced by that. And I was happy to do a training today with a PhD students who said at the end that a few months ago, before the training, she had, I don't know, an interview. I don't remember exactly how, but she said one of the person of the jury said, "Oh, but she's a student," and she didn't know how to answer that. And she said, at the end of this training, I realized that actually, as PhDs, we have so many skills, professional skills that we can sell. So I was very happy that she got this message, and I hope that you will get it too. So you are professionals, and you should market your experience as a professional experience, and not you are not young graduates when you end your doctorate.
Thanks, Julie. We have got a question from the chat. For example, the person asked, if I want to be a lecturer at university, how to assess my skills according to your method? So I think with DocPro.
The thing is, we are more focused on the private sector jobs, but you can still, you can still ask your network what are the skills that you should highlight in your profile, and this is like the same advice I would give to anyone actually. Just contact people working in this area, in the job you want, and ask them, what are the skills that I need? What are the experience that are needed for this position? What is valuable? And then you check with DocPro. Okay, they ask me to have very good communication skills, very good project management skills. What is DocPro saying about that? And you check and you just say, okay, I have done this, I have done that. And then you try and illustrate each of the tasks or each of the skills, at least, with like tasks that you have done in the past. I hope this answers your question.
I hope so. I think so. It's perfect. Thank you very much for all these key reminders and your advice and the presentation of your tool. Depending on where you are doing your PhD and who your mentors or and supervisors are, you may receive conflicting information about what a PhD is and where it can take you. I hope tonight's conversation helps you see your PhD in a new light. As you go through the MOOC, I hope you gain more helpful insights and on how to make the most of your PhD experience and communicate about it.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. I wonder if we should wait a couple minutes in case we get questions, or if anything comes to mind, Julie, as you know, we're wrapping up this webinar, if there's anything you would like to add to our conversation tonight.
Yeah, I just wrote something about network. Network is also going to help you write unsolicited applications, since this will help you know the sector, know the actors in the sector, companies, the jobs, the skills that are needed, etc. It will really help you write unsolicited applications. And as I said before, most of job offers are never published and are never advertised. So it's really a good thing to network and have all these tips from people in the jobs, in the position, in the companies.
Yeah, thank you. And I can't agree more. I think after my PhD and then my postdoc, actually having informational interviews with people was what helped me learn about the niche that I'm currently working in. And I wouldn't have had this information if I hadn't reached out to people. So I can't encourage you more to actually reach out, ask questions. And especially now with all the technological advances and everything that's changing, there may be new roles being created. And so you won't be able to know about them unless you speak with folks. So I do hope that all of these pieces of advice were helpful to all of you. I don't think we have more questions. So I think we can slowly wrap up. And then as I'm wrapping up, I see a question, I can ask it. But I hope that you all enjoyed this webinar and that you now feel ready and even motivated and inspired to move on to the rest of the MOOC. The whole team has created and structured each unit of the MOOC to make sure that you are guided through defining and communicating your competencies, crafting your career plan, learning about opportunities that you may not otherwise know about. We have units on helping you prepare to network, helping you apply for jobs. And so we hope you enjoy the rest of the MOOC. We hope that you enjoy also interacting with one another. Your interactions and all the activities you work on the MOOC platform are what makes the MOOC dynamic and enjoyable. So we wish you all the very best there. Thank you again, Julie, for being our guest speaker tonight, for all your insights, and all the best to you. And thank
Thank you
you
again.
to
It was a
all.
pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you to all the PhDOOC volunteers as well for all your help in behind the scenes tonight. Take care, everyone.
Take care, everybody. Best
Bye
wishes.
bye.